Welcome to class. You clicked on Warrior 3 pose today. Good choice. This is a great standing balance. Really fires up your core. We'll be working on leg strength, core strength, and balance today. Awesome class. How to Warrior 3. So good way to start. Top of your mat, just step right foot back, find a Warrior 1. So from here, that nice good bend in your front knee. Arms up by your head. This would be full pose here in Warrior 1. And then coming into Warrior 3, you really want to think tighten core up, hips and shoulders parallel to the front of your mat, and then just lean into it. As we lean, we're transferring balance to that left foot, slowly lifting right foot off. Flexing that right foot like it's standing against a wall is the very best cue that I've found to hold this balance. Also, looking at something not moving. Now, hopefully, we can get to the point where we're making one vertical line from fingertips back to our heel. However, if your Warrior 3 looks more like this at first, totally fine. We're just practicing. Let's not get too serious about this. All right. So we'll be standing on that. The standing leg will gain a lot of strength is one of the benefits. Also, like I said, toning your core. And this pose is known to help improve posture. We're working those back muscles. And yeah, great benefits. Balance poses in general just help to increase your focus, your mental awareness. Modifications. So I kind of showed you one, just not going into that full fingertips to toe alignment. Another great modification, this is probably my biggest tip of the day here. If you're in a class and they're cueing Warrior 3 from Warrior 1, just come into crescent pose. So just popping that back heel off the mat, coming to your tiptoes, squares up your hips and shoulders immediately and gets you ready to like press off here just a little bit better. So coming in from crescent lunge, I recommend that. Okay, and then also drawing hands to your heart. Hands to your heart, you're just bringing that energy into your core, easier to hold the balance. One more modification would be just to bring those blocks into play here. And I love that, okay? So there's some great options for you. You'll want to strap a block or two for this class today. Just keep them handy for if you need them. Okay, we'll come to our mat now and just get started in Supta Padangusthasana. So just coming down, reclining hand to big toe pose. Now this might be your first moment where you would like a strap handy. So coming into reclining hand to big toe pose, peace fingers wrapped around your toe. Now on this side, on my right side, I'm able to straighten the leg fairly well. But if you're like, well, I don't quite reach yet, not a big deal. We can go hand around calf muscle, ankle, or again, just grabbing your strap into play here. This is a good prep pose for Warrior 3. As you can see, we're kind of in that position, just in a recline. So take a couple breaths. Intentionally connecting with the breath right here today. Inhale. Exhale, bring that foot a little closer toward your face. Inhale. Exhale, couple more breaths here. I want to make sure I keep these classes kind of even time-wise. Let's take another breath right here. Now if you've got peace fingers around big toe, that's great. Or if you've got your strap, we'll take both straps into the right hand and just slowly open up that leg over toward the right. Take a couple breaths here. A recent cue I heard for breath work that I really liked was just pretend your breath is the leader and you're just following it wherever it's going. So just inhaling, noticing where the air is in your body, and then exhaling it out. Couple more breaths. Okay, let's slowly bring that right leg up, bend the knee. Take your fingertips or that strap off that side and let's lift left leg up. Place the strap around the ball or arch area of the foot, or left peace fingers toward left big toe. I'll model that on this side. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Last breath here. And then let's slowly open leg over to the side. Left leg dropping down toward the left. I like to rest my right hand on my right hip just to keep it from just kind of rolling up. We'd like that hip bone to stay down. Couple of breaths here. Again, just playing follow the leader with the breath, really being observant, noticing. Really good. One more breath here. And let's release that side. Let's roll out to the side or rock and roll forward and back. We're finding plank and into downward facing dog. All right, let's take a few of these plank down dogs. So coming into your down dog, we're pressing heels down toward the floor. If they don't reach, that's okay. We're pressing heart toward heels just to open up the shoulders. And we're letting head and neck rest and relax. As we roll forward into plank, we'd love to see shoulders over wrists here, fingers flared, core really tightening up. Okay, take that motion a few times. Plank down dogs, really nice way to warm up the wrists, the core. And just getting ready for practice. Let's link some breath with the movement. Just inhaling. And exhale, inhale, exhale. One more time. Hold this downward facing dog for a couple breaths. You might like the sensation of pedaling feet out, or maybe a deep bend in your knees, bringing your ribs a little closer to your thighs. Making our way from here into a low lunge. We'll look up at our hands, bring your right foot up between your hands. Set your left knee down. Now, as always, if it doesn't quite make it, just grab it and bring it up. Settle the left knee down, finding yourself in a low lunge. Maybe bending the elbows, pressing the heart a little bit forward. Don't really dump into the back. Lean forward. Okay, so not a huge arch in lower back. Shoulder blades coming together. As we exhale, bring your hands down around that right foot. Now you might need to pop off your left knee to do this, or maybe knee can stay down. We're just bringing right knee back to meet left and taking this first chaturanga push-up on our knees. Now remember, jut forward just a little bit to get that bone stacking, and then come down to that 90-degree bend and inhale. Baby cobra, pelvis settling on the floor. And exhale, come on into table. And then you might take a child's pose here or another downward facing dog. Wherever you want, a couple breaths. And let's look up at our hands. Let's bring our left foot up between our hands. Set your right knee down. Low lunge. Okay, one more breath here. Now as you exhale, press your hands down into the mat. Lift off that back right knee by tucking the right toes. Now you can come into this with blocks right here. I just want you to feel the warrior three sensation. So fingertips can be down or blocks can be down. And we're just kind of lifting off that back leg and then bringing right foot up to meet left. Let's inhale, half lift. And exhale, fold. Blocks can stay near the top of your mat. From the fold, bend your knees, plant your hands. Let's take our right foot back behind us. Settle your right knee down, low lunge. And exhale, hands come down, left knee comes back to meet right. Knee push up, inhale, up dog, or hold that cobra. And exhale, down dog. Good. Take a couple breaths here. Notice and observe. Great job. All right, let's look up at our hands. Bring your right foot up between your hands, set your left knee down. Low lunge. Hips gently moving forward. And let's try that push-off motion again. Hands to the floor, totally fine. Or hands to blocks. Or just coming to those left tiptoes, lifting off that left knee. And just finding a little bit of movement here. As we straighten right leg, left leg lifts. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, stand all the way up this time. Swan dive up, arms come out. Touch your palms together and bring them to your heart. An A vinyasa. Here we go. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plank, chaturanga. Lower in, inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. For a couple breaths, always feel free to go into child's pose. Just gonna clean up my area a little bit here. All right, head and neck. For me, I'm building a little tension there, so I just open and close my jaw, gently shake head yes or no. Release a little bit of that. One more breath here. And let's bend knees, look up at your hands, step or maybe hop, feet coming up to hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, swan dive up. Touch your palms together. And exhale, hands to your heart. Let's take a B vinyasa. Bend your knees, come on into chair pose. This is also a prep pose for warrior 3. You can feel your glutes and legs strengthening. That's what will hold you in warrior 3. Inhale. And exhale, let's take the forward fold. Just straighten your legs, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step or hop back, find plank, lower in, knees or toes, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Let's look up at our hands. Bring your right foot up between your hands, set your left heel down, finding warrior 1. And exhale, come on in, plank, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, down dog. Let's look up at our hands. Bring your left foot up between your hands. Set your right heel down, warrior 1. Exhale, plank, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Couple of breaths here. Big long inhales. Finding depth in the pose on your exhale. Keeping eyes open, looking back through your knees. All right, let's make our way to the top of the mat. Bend your knees, look up at your hands, step or hop your feet up to your hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, back to chair pose. Bend your knees, sweep your hands down and up. Feel that strength building as we just take one beat here, one breath. And exhale, stand. Let's find triangle pose. Bring your left foot to the middle of your mat. Take a big step back with your right foot. Look for that heel to arch alignment. Legs straight. Inhale. Exhale, reach forward. Left hand comes down, right arm lifts. Couple breaths here. Okay, changing from here into side angle without coming all the way up, just take a bend in that left knee. Now you might keep fingertips to the floor right here to the inside or outside. Right arm extends over your ear, or you might come to this version where forearm is resting on thigh. Wherever you're at, don't just hang out with this right arm. Really reach, fingertips all the way down to that pinky edge of your foot, getting a nice stretch here. 2 more breaths. Okay, slowly come up this time, and we'll heel toe that back foot in just a step or two. Square up hips and shoulders, left hand to your lumbar spine, right arm reaching in front of you, taking a twist here, revolved side angle. We'll take that right elbow to the outside of left knee, and then stack your hands in prayer position. Inhale, exhale, draw that belly in, twist and look up over your left shoulder. Another breath here. Good, slowly unwind. We'll take another step in, so grab your hips, heel toe that back foot in, and then angle that back foot so that it's facing forward. Your feet are about 3 to 3.5 feet apart. Inhale, lengthen chest. Exhale, fold. Long spine, long neck. Holding this balance first. This is another big prep pose for warrior 3. Okay, you might hold this balance by keeping hold of your waist, or you might bring hands down, fingertips to the floor or your blocks. Take a couple more breaths here. Bow into it, releasing, chin towards shin. 2 more breaths. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. You can set those blocks to the side or travel with them. We're facing the back of the mat for the next sequence. So slowly come up. I'm just gonna set my blocks toward the back of my mat because I know that I might want them. Okay, coming through wide angle forward fold. Heel toe your feet out just a little bit. We'd love heels a little bit wider than wrists. Inhale, lift your belly, lift your pelvic floor, and exhale, fold forward. And bringing hands down to the mat, fingertips in line with toes. Inhale, lengthen the spine, half lift, and exhale, fold. Okay, a couple of breaths here. Now, always feel free to hold right here and breathe, enjoying this pose. If you'd like a little bit more, a twist, right hand down in front of your face. Inhale, left arm up. Okay, I cue face just because that's a little easier, but we'd love to see shoulder over wrist. So if you ever want to make that adjustment, that's nice. Holding the twist today, just lift that heart up a little bit more. And exhale. Let's bring left hand down, shoulder over wrist. Inhale and exhale. Right arm lifts. Good. Enjoy this twist. We don't have a ton of them in today's class. So one more breath here. Great job. Hands come down to the floor, slight bend in your knees as you slowly come on up, finding your positioning for triangle to the back of your mat. So right toes to the back, left foot heel to arch alignment. That back foot is like at a 45. Inhale, exhale, reach. Doing really good. Hand down, left arm lifts. Couple of breaths here. Coming into a side angle from here. So let's just take a bend in the knee. Hand might stay down to either the inside or outside of that foot. Both of those have their benefits. Left arm reaches over your ear. And again, just looking for that extension, left fingertips down to your pinky toes. Always feel free to come to this elbow to thigh move. Okay, one more breath here. Let's come on into the revolved version of this pose. Slightly lifting up, square up hips and shoulders. You might even bring that back foot in just a little bit more, okay? I like to take right hand on lumbar spine, kind of lengthen up through the left side as I then take left elbow outside of right knee. Hand stack in prayer. Okay. Got a couple breaths here. For both of these, I was facing away from the camera, so I'm just going to face toward the camera and just show you what this pose looks like. Okay, you can also be right here. Just find a twist. You've got one more breath here. we'll slowly release up. Grab your hips, heel toe that back foot in, another step or two till we're about 3.5 feet apart, coming into pyramid pose. Inhale, we're lifting the quad. Exhale, fold forward. Okay, finding the balance here. Chin towards your shin, long spine. So what we want to avoid is really rounded here, okay? That has its benefits. We're just working the hamstring and the balance of this pose. Bring your hands down if you'd like and fold into it a little bit deeper. 2 more breaths here. Great job. Okay, let's take our vinyasa to the back of the mat this time. So hands plant to the back of your mat, step back, find plank, lower in, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing, and exhale, downward facing. All right, if you don't have your blocks to the back of your mat, take a moment and get them if you think you might want them. This is our sequence where we'll be coming into warrior 3, okay? Take another breath here, calm your mind. Let's make our way to warrior 1. So look up at your hands, bring your right foot up between your hands. Settle your left heel down, find your warrior 1. Hips and shoulders forward, pressing that back pinky edge of the foot down, nice good bend in your knee. Okay, and then we're gonna take my favorite way of getting into it, coming in through crescent lunge. We'll just slowly lift off that back heel and square up those hips and shoulders a little bit more. Okay, coming into warrior 3. Now another option I didn't go over with you, as you lean in, if you're like, that's too big of a step for me to just lift off right here, you can step your foot in just a little bit at a time and come on in. So wherever you're at, come into your warrior 3, flexing through that back foot, lift and hold. And we'll make our way from here into a standing split. So just bringing your hands down nice and slow to a block or the floor, folding over that straight right leg, left leg lifts. Good, take one more breath here. Finding your way to a forward fold from here. Just bring left foot to meet right. Inhale, half lift, and exhale, fold. A supported fold by bringing your hands down, or maybe grabbing your biceps, folding from here. Great job. Take another breath. Set that block to the side if you've got it right in front of you, and we'll step back into a vinyasa. Okay, last one of class, plank chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Okay, you've got a couple breaths here. All right, let's take that little sequence on the second side. Look up at your hands, bring your left foot up between your hands. Keep on coming into warrior 1 by dropping that back heel down. And then we'll come on in warrior 1. Settle into the pose. Notice the strength building. Rise up through those fingertips. Take another breath here. And then let's come on into crescent lunge by just coming to those back tiptoes. So lift off that right heel, settle in crescent lunge. Consider what modifications you might want to take. Maybe hands to heart, maybe blocks, maybe those little steps in. And then when you're ready, lean into your warrior 3. Take 2 or 3 breaths here, lifting that back leg like it's standing against a wall, reaching through your fingertips. Good, one more breath. And come on in, standing splits, bringing a block in if you need to. Fold over left leg, right leg lifts. And right foot comes up to meet left. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Binding if you would like. One more breath here. Making our way to seated through Malasana. Just bend your knees, kind of heel toe your feet out a little bit. Toes angling out, heels angling in. Find your Malasana squat. Lifting Uddiyana Bandha, Mula Bandha. That's your navel area, your pelvic floor area. Great job. One more breath here. And we'll just bring our hands back behind us, or you can always draw blocks in. We're just coming to a seated position. So however you want to get there, coming to a seat. Let's pivot around, face the top of our mat again. Janusirsasana, kind of gear toward the left side of your mat, left leg out, right foot to left inner thigh, okay? Lift those arms up, angle the heart over that left leg. Inhale, and exhale, fold. Okay, I'm gonna show you Janusirsasana into gate pose, one of my favorite combos. So this right here is the fold in Janusirsasana. The gate pose, we bring our right hand back behind us. We're lifting to that right shin, lifting hips up. We'll take that 3 times. So lower back down, inhale, exhale, fold. Inhale, bring your hand back behind you. Exhale, lift. Inhale, exhale, fold. Inhale, hand back behind you. Exhale, lift. One more time. Inhale, exhale, fold. Inhale, exhale, lift. And slowly come on down. Take that second side. Kind of move over more toward the right side of your mat so that left knee has a spot. Right leg out, left foot to your right inner thigh. Heart angling over. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bring your left hand back behind you. Exhale, lift off. Inhale. Exhale, come forward and fold. Inhale. Exhale, lift. Pointing your toes, lifting those hips. Come on down. One more, folding forward. Maybe you're able to go a little deeper each time. And then lift off. And come on down. Find your seat. Let's come into a nice, one more forward fold. So right leg will stay out. Let's hug that left knee into your chest. Inhale, arms up, and exhale, forward fold. From right here, I really focus on keeping a long spine. If you round, it's okay. We're just working this direction of long spine, hands to toes. But if you're more shin and a little rounded, totally normal, totally okay. All right, we just want to avoid dumping a lot into our lower back. And if we take all of these motions, all of these poses with a rounded back, by the end of class, it can kind of hurt. So we want to try to keep that long spine. Fold for another breath here. Great job. Slowly come up. Let's take that left foot to the outside of right knee. We'll just take a little twist right here. Hug that left knee in with your right hand. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. One more breath. Great job. Slowly release. Left leg out. Let's bring your right knee in. Give it a gentle squeeze. See if we can hold right here. Draw the belly in. Lift the pelvic floor. Lift those arms up. Inhale. Exhale. Working that long spine, but being kind and patient to our body. For some reason, this side, it's a whole different story for me. Inhale. Exhale, gently fold forward. Working the pose to the best of your ability. Constantly asking your body, is this okay? What about if I go a little deeper on this exhale? Is this okay? Notice and observe. One more breath here. Slowly come out. We'll take that right foot to the outside of left knee if possible. Let's hug left elbow around right knee, right arm behind your back for support. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Great job. Let's gaze forward, release that pose. Wanted to do a tiny bit of block work today. A little bit, when you're going into Warrior 3, the lift off can be hard. Now that's a lot of back body strength, a lot of glutes, but I also think this exercise is helpful. So I'm grabbing one block in, placing it to the outside of my right foot. Start on low level. Place your hands by your hips. Again, lengthening up through the spine. You're gonna kind of wanna round as this exercise progresses, but a few little micro lifts, just lifting right foot over that block. You can feel it immediately engage your quadriceps and strengthen those hip flexors. Those are also muscles we're using in that Warrior 3 pose. So let's just try this for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh, that leg's tired now. That's why I did these after class, because if we do a lot of strength building before we try our peak pose, sometimes you're a little bit tired. All right, lengthen up, take that block to the outside of your left foot, draw your belly in, inhale, flex that left foot, and exhale, and inhale. And exhale for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job. Let's bring those soles of the feet together. Take a Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose. Lengthen again that spine. Exhale, gently fold forward. That little drill is great. You can also come into it on different levels of the block as your especially your hip flexor strength increases. Okay, let's take one more breath here. And let's release, slowly making your way to inversion prep. So no pressure to take the full inversion. I just want to work these prep poses with you. Coming to hands and knees. We'll come to our forearms. Make a basket with your fingertips. Elbows right under shoulders. Okay, tuck your chin. Let's bring top of the head to the mat, bind around the back of your head. And then from here, just take a few little lift offs. So lifting your head all the way up and down. And feel that pressure into the floor. Now keep your head down and just lift shoulders. Press into your shoulders, kind of protracting them. That is how you hold an inversion without a ton of head and neck pressure. You're really pressing down into the floor with your shoulders. So when I'm in an inversion, I don't feel a lot of pressure on my head. I did at first, okay? So it's a thing that builds. That's why taking the prep poses a lot of times is what gets you to where you want to be, okay? So just take that prep pose right there. If you want to just work those shoulders today, just rounding and pressing in. Okay, if you wanted to come into a down dog and try that same move from here, just kind of pressing in, lifting off a little bit, micro lifts. And then if you wanted to come into full pose, we're just walking feet toward your face until hips stack over shoulders. Now, if our hamstrings are really tight, we'll be out here for a while. And that's where we just kind of lift off one at a time, but don't feel the temptation to kick in. All right, working the prep poses, working those hips over shoulders. You'll take one leg at a time, pressing down through the floor. Maybe come into a full lift if you want, but no pressure to. Hold for a couple breaths here. If you've got it, no big deal if you don't. And then slowly making your way down. We'll all find our way to child's pose. Just letting everything settle back in. Letting that blood slowly come back to all the limbs, all the spaces, all the vital organs. And then from here, when you're ready, take a moment, take a few more breaths there if you need to, and then come onto your back for our back bend today. We'll just take 2 modified bridges. So hands down, arms by your sides, knees are bent, feet are about hip distance apart. Inhale and exhale, lift those hips off. Okay, kind of roll your shoulders under you and just notice this pose, those hips, those glutes lifting you off. They'll help you lift off into that warrior 3 too. Okay, so come on down, take a breath. Arms down by your side, inhale. Exhale, lift. Maybe shoulder blades roll underneath you for a bind, no big deal if they don't. Take another breath. And release, come on down. Let's hug those knees into our chest. Give a gentle squeeze. Change it into a happy baby, knees down toward armpits. Binding around knees, ankles, or outsides of your feet. Gently rock side to side and just breathe. Just feel the joy of life, the joy of your yoga practice, and just of movement in your physical body. Hug those knees into your chest again and drop both knees over to the right. Flare your left arm out, look to the left. Take another breath or so here. Okay, let's come on over. Rotate around, knees dropping to the left. Look over the right. And come onto your back. Hug knees into your chest. Inhale. And a big open mouth exhale as you release down into your Savasana. Legs finding the outer edges of your mat, arms down by your sides. We'll spend a few breaths here. If you're able to stay longer, please pause this and stay. Letting your body sink in to the mat, letting your mind float off. Enjoy. Okay, if you can stay longer, please do. If you're ready to come out, lengthen those arms up above your head, point your toes, and gently roll to your side in the fetal position for a few breaths. Slowly begin making your way back up to a seated position. One final closing breath together today. Big long inhale. Exhale. Thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste.